Maxi done there, and that is called... Go on, Maxi, you tell us what it's called.
Always Be My Friend.
And will you always be our friend, Maxi?
I would think so.
Thank you very much. That comes from the album Welcome to Soonville. Andrew's just had to pop out so he can have a good cough. But I know one question he wanted to ask you was, he was looking on your website and he saw something to do with Winter Ghost and was asking, is that the title of another album that's due to come out?
Right, no, that was actually a Christmas EP I released in December 2007. It was, I think there was about five songs on it and a poem I wrote about Christmas. And yeah, so that's it really. There's one of the songs on the EP made it on the album, The Last to Know. So yeah, that's what that is. So no, it's not a new album.
Oh, right, okay. Have you ever made any other recordings? I know when we've chatted offline, am I right in thinking you did something for charity once with your sister Rachel?
I did a small show with my sister for charity. We've done a few songs. No, I've not actually released any recordings before. I mean, I've got millions and millions of demos lying around that all need to be transferred onto CD because they're all on cassette, you know.
Right. Good old cassette.
Yeah, from obviously my old band days and stuff. And a lot of the songs on Welcome to Soonville, there's probably about maybe five of them were old songs I actually wrote with my last band I was in.
Right.
I've been, revamped and re-recorded. So, but yeah, then there's no other physical releases anyway. So.
There's another track on the album that comes to mind actually, and when I listen to it, it's slightly different to the others because it's got a very American feel to it, which isn't surprising considering the title, Seattle in the Sun.
Yeah.
Have you got sort of American influences? Are you a fan of American music generally?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Seattle in the Sun was written about a trip I made to Seattle, so
Right.
Everything in that's true as well. It's a true story, should we say.
Yeah.
I would say it was probably the instigator to the beginning of the whole album, really. So, but anyway, yes, I mean, like a lot of American friends and and a lot of the music I do listen to are American artists like Amy Mann, who else? Sam Phillips. I'm going to say Canadian now, Sarah McLachlan, but yeah, and a huge. I was a really huge fan of a band called Jellyfish as well. We were Americans, so.
I think I remember them. Were they around the 90s?
Yeah, you should check them out. They're brilliant. They had a song called. I think the hits were The King is Half Undressed and Baby's Coming Back.
Right.
In fact, Maxi did a cover of Baby's Coming Back a couple of years ago, so that was brought back to the surface from like God knows 89, 90 or something. So yeah, they're a fantastic band actually, absolutely brilliant. The singer wrote the theme tune to Ben 10.
There's one thing that always amazes me when I listen to songs is how do people actually manage to sort of come up with the songs? Is it always difficult sort of finding the opening line, or sometimes do you think I'll just put all my thoughts onto paper and then rearrange them and eventually this will work out as the beginning, the middle and the end? How does it work exactly?
Well, it depends. I mean, for instance, there's a couple of songs on the album, Don't Look Back, and what was the other one? Don't Get Involved.
Yeah.
They were both written just instantly, and they were both. They were inspired by a conversation I'd had with two different people.
Right.
But about the same subject, and in those two circumstances, I was like, right, I don't like that. And then suddenly I picked up the guitar, and then suddenly these two songs just came out, not together, but separate occasions. So in that case, something can just suddenly just come straight out, and it all comes in one, your verse, your chorus, and whatever. And then other times, say like How Was I to Know, I sat on probably the chorus for probably about 2 or 3 months before the verse came, so
yeah.
So it can really work either way, really.
So some songs can come out quicker than others, as it were.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for 2010, Maxi? You'll still be promoting the album. Are you going to be doing any more live shows at all?
Yes. Actually, I've just. Well, I'll say. I won't say who yet, but I have actually been asked to play a show with someone. I'll tell you offline.
Right.
I do want to say in case it doesn't come off.
No, that's fine.
But I mean, that would be absolutely brilliant if that comes off. That won't be till the spring, and for that I will be getting a full band together, and it'll be a show in Liverpool. And I'm also looking to doing an album of duets. Now, I've always wanted to do this. It sounds really cheesy, doesn't it? But I've always wanted to have an album of songs that I've sung with other people, and I think it's a novel idea, and it'd be quite nice to do. And also, I'd like to release a little EP of my favourite songs as well, like a little covers EP. So they're the two things I'm going to try and concentrate and throw myself into in 2010.
Well, I'm going to ask about the EP, because there's one artist we're a mutual fan of, John Fox.
Okay.
Is there going to be one of his songs on this EP?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because you have recorded one of his songs, haven't you?
Yeah, Sitting at the Edge of the World. I mean, that's one of my favourite songs by John Fox. I mean, there's so many. I mean, it's just such a hard thing to, which song do you do? But, wow. But that is one of my favourite songs by him, and he will definitely be on it. Yeah, no doubt about it.
It's been ages since I've actually heard his original, so I think when I go home, because I'm doing an 80s show on New Year's Eve, so I think I'm going to have to look for that record and actually play it on that programme.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you're doing shows in Liverpool, and any chance you're going to come down to London at some point?
Well, like you touched on before, I will be still trying to sort of push the album to the right people. So if that does come off, then hopefully we might be able to get some financial backing to actually put a band together and do some shows all over the country. I would love to. I mean, I think it would be amazing live, and it would be lovely. And this will probably even surprise you even more, is that I haven't actually met any of the musicians who have played on my album.
Really?
No.
So the likes of Peter Hackett and Coke, you've never met?
Never met them, no.
I thought that you were long-term friends or something like that.
No. I mean, me and Coke and Rocky are from a band called Coke Rocky, and they were on the tribute albums that I was on, and that's how we sort of came across each other. But we'd never actually sort of spoken to each other, and like Coke actually contacted me the New Year gone, asking me to listen to one of his songs, and then that was from that moment on time we decided to collaborate on something. So that was last January, and then obviously Pete was a friend on MySpace, but we just done sort of like spoke about music and stuff. But that was only, like I say, at the beginning of the year as well. So no. And they've done such an amazing job, and the lovely thing is that they've done it because they've wanted to do it, and they've really enjoyed it. And no, we've not met. I mean, obviously Coke and Rocky live in Spain, Peter's in the Midlands, so it's not really like, I'll just go and see Pete or just fly over to see Coke. It's not really like that. But hopefully one day I'll be able to get them all together and do something. So that'd be really nice.
We've certainly done a fantastic job on the album. Maxi, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking some of your Christmas out to speak to us.
No
and
problem.
we're certainly going to carry on promoting the album. And I'm actually doing a show on New Year's Day where every record or artist is going to have new in it. But I'm going to sneak in a new artist from 2009. I think you might be able to guess who it is. Maxi Dunn, thank you very much for joining us. And I'll speak to you offline in just a moment.